I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. There is no doubt about it, I am a nude lip color lover, and I find that despite owning a plethora of pinky, peach, nude lip color options, I'm still always on the hunt for the next one. That being said, I have a lovely collection of nude lipsticks, and readers and subscribers often ask me, what are my favorites? So today I am excited to share my 14 favorite nude lip color options. And this list will be inclusive of both lipstick as well as lip gloss. My first nude lip color choice is the Hourglass Femme Nude in number 3. And Hourglass released this collection of nude lip color options last summer. Number 3 is a perfect blend of pink and peach working together to create a very beige nude lip that doesn't wash you out. I'm wearing it right now just by itself, and I'll try to give you a visual demonstration of each color, which will involve a lot of application and removal, but that's the best way to get a sense of what's going on. Anyway, I find that this lip color gives great pigmentation and coverage. Here's a swatch of it on my wrist here. It's in a retractable case, and it is very nourishing on the lips for being such an opaque nude formula. It reminds me a lot of MAC Myth, but way less drying, and I find that it's a little bit deeper in terms of the pink tone so that it gives your lips a little bit more life overall. So I'm really happy with this shade, and I have a couple of other colors from this particular formula, and I do love number 3 the absolute best. I just think it's the quintessential nude. On to a shiny nude lip color option. This is the Givenchy Gloss Interdit in number 1, which is Impertinent Nude. And I'm actually on my second tube of this lip gloss, which definitely says something about how much I love it. I'm currently wearing it on my lips, and you can see that it is a very shiny, ultra reflective, peach pink nude beige, and it does have a decent amount of opacity for being such a fair color, and definitely for being a lip gloss formula. I find that the color payoff is great, and that's what allows me to wear it alone on the lips, but it also looks wonderful atop an existing lip color. Next is Lime Crime Babette, and I've talked about this many times on my blog as well as in previous videos. Babette is a creamy, peachy nude that still has a hint of pink to keep the lips looking alive, but I do consider it a nude option. It looks kind of bright here on the wrist, but on the lip it kind of has a white effect. I like mixing this with other shades, specifically a pink gloss or maybe a nude lip liner, just to tone it down a little bit, but I am wearing it in full force right now for the video, just so you can get a full understanding of what it looks like on. One pass across the lips offers instant opacity, and the cream formula is fairly hydrating. I do tend to prime my lips with a balm just to mitigate any potential dryness, but overall I get very comfortable wear from the Lime Crime formula. So Babette, it's hard to track down. It feels like it's perennially sold out, but I do often find that it's still available online, so I'll make sure to link to it as well as to linking to my individual review of this amazing lip color. We'll take this to a slightly lighter place with this next option, number 4, which is the YSL Rouge Volupte number 2 called Sensual Silk. And I recently picked this shade up again. It's the second time I've purchased it, and I found it at the Neiman Marcus in Dallas when I was there last month. This is a very pale beige, though it does have some peach undertones to give it some life. It does give a very mauve, light, beiged out lip effect instantly. I like the way the Rouge Volupte formula feels when applied to the lips. It's very soft, it's very silky feeling. It's not particularly shiny, and I appreciate that because I do tend to gravitate towards cream formulas more. But it is a great shade to wear by itself when you're really looking for that bold, beige, muted out lip look, or to add to an existing lip color that might be a little too dark for your taste. If you want to add some beige opacity, this will take care of that objective in one swipe. So it's great to have in one's arsenal. Number 5 is the Ardency Americana Natural Lip color pencil in the shade Bowery, which is, as one would expect watching this far into the video, a delightful peachy pink nude. And here it is on the wrist. I know that my mom and my husband, who are either together or individually shopping with me, are always marveling at the fact that when I find a pinky nude that I'm in love with, I'm eager to snap it up, and they might think to themselves and even express it verbally. They say, doesn't that look like the 10 other lip colors you have in your purse probably right now? And I say, absolutely not. It's just slightly different, and I can sense those distinct qualities. I know this probably feels very similar visually to the last 3 or 4 that I've shown you, but it does feel different to me. It doesn't have as much pink as the previous shades that I was discussing, and this formula is beautiful. No scent. It has creamy lasting power. It covers the lips in a single pass, and it lasts for hours. I'm really impressed with the products in the Ardency line. This is a line that is specific to Sephora. Bowery is a great shade for those in the fair to medium skin tone range. It will enhance a nude lip look, but it will not be so light as to completely mute out the lips. Number 6 is the Surratt Beauty Lipslique in Femme, which is number 1 in the lineup of the Lipslique option. Created by famed makeup artist Troy Surratt, this line is currently available exclusively at Barney's, and I have swatched nearly every single item in the Surratt Beauty line. So if you're interested in what the products look like and certainly what they look like on the skin, I will make sure to put links in the details box of this video. But back to the magnificent Femme. This is considered a lipstick lip gloss hybrid, and yet I find that it gives very lovely pigmentation on the lips with a couple of passes. Femme is a really unique color in my collection. I'm on my second tube of this. Here it is swatched for you on my wrist. It can go on sheer with one pass, but with a second pass it builds lovely medium opacity. It's pigmented, and it is a pink peach nude with a shiny finish that is not overly shimmery. I love how it feels on the lips. I get great lasting power. My lips stay completely hydrated, and I find that it works with a host of different eye looks, from the smokiest, darkest eye, really dramatic, to something that's really clean and simple, maybe a taupe wash of color or just a simple cat eye. This lipstick is a beautiful complement, and I highly recommend it for those of you looking for what to purchase in your foray into the Surratt Beauty line. I have recommended Femme to so many people, and everyone that I know who's purchased it has loved it. So here it is on the lips, Femme, and that is number 6. Number 7 is the Tom Ford Ultra Shine Lip Gloss in Naked. And I have swatches of all the Tom Ford glosses on my blog, but Naked is by far my favorite shade. This is my second tube of Naked, and I think I have a third on backup. I love this shade so much. It is a pearly, milky nude. No pink, no obvious peach or brown, just a nude beige with the most magnificent shine. Yes, the one drawback is I do find that the brush applicators can get a little splayed over time, but for a shade like this, it doesn't impede application at all. I'm completely used to it, and it doesn't bother me. Here is a single pass of Naked on my wrist here, and you can see that creamy nude beige, and it has remarkable pigmentation for a lip gloss. I love wearing it alone, but it's also an amazing companion to existing lip color, especially pinks and lilacs or lavenders. Just looks beautiful. And because it's so versatile, it is rarely not in my purse. I find that it's in my handbag year round because I find myself using it with different lip colors throughout the seasons. So if you are interested in finding a Tom Ford gloss to start with, this is the one I would recommend. Tom Ford Naked. Number 8 is another YSL Rouge Volupte. In this case, it is number 1, which I believe is called Nude Beige. And it looks like this in the tube. It's neither entirely nude or entirely beige. I find that it's more of like a rosy nude. I'm wearing it, of course, on the lips right now, and it just makes the lips look so full and lush. And there is a nude effect, but I do find there's a decent amount of kind of rosy undertoned pigmentation. When somebody sees it in the tube, they often think that it's going to come out too soft and too white. But when you swatch it, you find that it's actually a pretty respectable pink in terms of pigmentation. So I'm calling it a nude because I consider it to be a nude, but it definitely is the rosiest nude in the lineup I'm sharing with you today. I'm on my third tube of this. I love it that much, and it just looks beautiful on a range of skin tones and complexions. Going back into authentic nude lipstick territory is the Tom Ford lip color in Nude Vanille, or Nude Vanilla, as I'm sure I've said it in previous videos. It looks like this. This is my second tube of Nude Vanille, and I have a couple on backup because, once again, this is one of those shades that is perennially in my purse. I don't take it out because it gives a gorgeous instant nude effect on the lips by itself, but I often use it in tandem with other lip colors to lighten them up. I don't like an overtly dark lip in most cases unless I'm being entirely intentional, so I do like to have a couple buffering agents to lighten things up if they become too dark. And sometimes my lips will even make a formula that starts off light look darker over time. It's strange. It's something in my chemistry, and I'm sure some of you can relate to this. So this is a great color to mitigate that darkening. A single pass of Nude Vanille on the wrist. It is a peachy beige, slightly pink toned nude, and just a luxurious formula. It's definitely my favorite nude in the Tom Ford lip color lineup. I have a couple other shades. Vanilla Suede, which is lovely but a little more sheer. And I also have Blush Nude, but I find that that can be a little bit chalky at times. So this is the most hydrating of those three that I've mentioned, and also what I would deem the most beautiful. Nude Vanille from Tom Ford. Next is a Le Metier de Beaute lip cream in Downtown by Michael Flores. And this shade is specific to the Neiman Marcus flagship store in Dallas, where I was last month. So when I saw that this shade was one I did not yet own in the Pinky Peach Nude family, and B, something that could only be purchased when at the store or of course over the phone, I absolutely was inspired to pick it up. It is a sheerer version of the nudes that I've been covering today, and consequently that was one of the reasons why I wanted to include it in the lineup, because I focused on formulas that have a lot of pigmentation. This is a lighter, softer, more gossamer version of the nude lip. It's a soft milky beige that just translates to liquid light on the lips, and also is a great companion color for other lip colors. So those are my thoughts on the illustrious Le Metier de Beaute lip cream in Downtown. I actually wore this next shade in my April favorites video, but it wasn't mentioned as an April favorite because I had just received and started working with it. It is the Armour Beauty Vegan Lip Gloss in Brigitte, which is a pink peach nude hybrid, but I would use it when I'm going for a nude lip. And of course I'm wearing it right now on the lips. The lip gloss formula is one with exceptional opacity. Here is a single pass of Brigitte on the wrist, and it does pull a little bit more on the peach side when you see it on camera, but on the lip I feel like it translates to a really subtle, demure kind of nude. It is named after the iconic Brigitte Bardot, or Bridget Bardot as most of us say, and she is a massive animal lover. And this lip gloss pays tribute to her deep affinity for animals and for their rights. And that sentiment is doubly compounded by the fact that this is a vegan formula. So of course there are no animal products, nor were there any animals tested in the production of this lip gloss. It's the newest shade from Armour Beauty, and these lip glosses are just gems. The opaque versions have great pigmentation and color payoff, and the lasting power is divine. Also, hydration is great with this formula. So this is Brigitte, and I know I'll be wearing it for months to come. Number 13 is the Lipstick Queen Velvet Rope Lip Color in Star System. This shade is pure luxury in terms of the texture, the beautiful case that it comes in, which looks like this. It is so reminiscent of the golden days of Hollywood, and you just feel incredibly classy putting this on. But aside from that bullet of lip color that it houses is equally exceptional. This is a very opaque peachy nude that translates as a really soft kind of rosewood nude on the lips, at least on my lips. And you get full coverage, velvet opacity with a single pass. It does have a slightly minty taste and finish, but it's not a plumper of sorts, so there's no lip irritation associated with the formula. And I get lovely lasting power from it. I wouldn't call this a completely matte lipstick, but it's certainly not a shiny finish either. It's kind of like a velvet finish. And my 14th and final nude lip color option in this video is none other than the Lime Crime lip color in Coquette. I would argue that it is the most genuine and authentic nude of all the shades that I've discussed today, strictly because it translates as a very opaque, creamy nude beige. It, on the lips, just completely covers even the most pigmented of lips so that you get the color that's in the tube, and it has immense lasting power. I like wearing it when I want a completely nude look, but I also, of course, like mixing it with pink glosses or peach lip color to bring a new nuance to the overall look. Some of my favorite products to combine Coquette with when I do feel like mixing are the Surratt Beauty Gloss in Coquette. Creates a beautiful pink pearly sheen, makes this lip color a little shinier overall, and the lips look very juicy. I also, when I want more of a peachy tone, will use the Givenchy Impertinent Nude. And when I want a little more rosiness to this nude, I add a swipe of the YSL number 1. And that brings a deeper rosy tone to this very nude base. This shade Coquette is a must for nude lip color lovers. You will be completely astounded by the immediate opacity, and you will be equally pleased with its ability to just mute out your own natural lip color and replace it with a pure velvet creamy nude finish that is not overly white or overly beige. You still look alive after applying it, but you definitely get that nude effect. A final look at the Lime Crime Coquette. If you are a nude lover and you do not have this in your collection, I implore you to pick it up. You won't regret it. And so concludes this overview of my 14 favorite nude lip color options. I can't wait to hear which lip colors you may have had experience with in this list, and also which ones are on your radar or are calling your name. I recently noticed an influx of new subscribers to the Beauty Professor Rachel Anise channel, and I want to formally welcome and also extend a heartfelt thanks to Lisa D, who did a lovely mention of my channel a few days ago. So thank you. She's magnificent, and I'm just honored to have been mentioned. So a big thank you to those of you who did subscribe. Thank you to those of you who have already subscribed and are my loyal and supportive viewers. I'm in the midst of making plans for future videos for this channel, especially with summer around the corner and some more time at my disposal. And as always, I'd love to hear your suggestions on tutorials or product reviews. I take them to heart and I try to make them a reality. So please make sure to share any suggestions you may have in the comment box below. Finally, please don't forget to visit me at my beauty blog, Beauty Professor, which can be found at www.beautyprofessor.net. Take care.